Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm feeling quite content actually, kind of contemplating on everything that has unfolded in my life up to this point. You know, I'd say 2021, 2022 was a lot of just really feeling things that I wasn't able to kind of feel, you know. And I'm not gonna get into details in regards to what was done. It's not important because this year, 2023, is so vitally important and so different. And I'm at a point in my life where I truly believe the concept of, if you want to be a positive influence upon another person, be that example, live that example. Okay. Okay, so with that being said, 2023, guys, you know, since the coronavirus and just before, I think a lot of people were ripped away from their purpose in a sense of, you know, there was a lot of imbalances put in place energetically, emotionally, spiritually, physically. People were kind of, losing their path or losing their concept of themselves. It's not permanent, okay? Nothing is really permanent in life. As they say, the only two guarantees in life are taxes and death. So we're still alive. That means the purpose continues. We must continue. We must continue to live our purpose. We must continue to put in the effort. We must continue to put in the energy to get to where we believe we want to go and where we want to be. So the last 2 years, particularly speaking on behalf of myself, have been years that I've just really assessed so deeply and thoroughly, where I've realized I'm going to switch some things up and on a permanent basis do things so different that nothing will shake me up in my life, because it's not about serving others, it's about serving myself, that which will be reflecting to other people to be doing it in a similar, not entirely the same, because no two people are the same, concept. Askanomic. So, if I'm making any fucking sense, March 2023 is a huge planetary change shift has been taking place. 12 to 19 year cycle, 19 year cycles are coming to an end, and we are now beginning a new 12 to 19 year cycle that is, listen, if you want to repeat the same cycles, that's on you. Maybe you didn't learn your lessons, maybe you didn't feel like you deserved happiness, or you do deserve happiness, but we on the planet who have done so much want to be happy. And what is happiness? What is true happiness? Is it through another person? Is it through physical? Is it through financial? Real happiness comes within, right? It's not a person, place, or thing. It's an internal feeling. It's an internal sensation. It's something that you feel within yourself, okay? So I want to take the time to kind of just energetically cleanse and have that energy being sent out to all of you, bringing in golden white energy to cleanse and purify our energy body and our auras and our spiritual selves. I did a nice cord healing on one of my clients this morning, so that is very great. Of course, I do an energy healing on myself and my environment as well, and I even open the window and the doors in my house after, because energy goes in multiple dimensions. It's not just a physical. You don't have to be physically around someone to perform any type of spiritual or energetic cleansing. So the type of work that I do in terms of healing, okay, yeah, I do call it witchery, but overall in realistic terms of what's known, it's kind of Reiki mixed with shamanism. And when I say shamanism, it's not a fixed form of shamanism the way like the native indigenous go about it. It's more so of what comes within me from my ancestry, passed down to me. If you've been watching me for several years, you should know what I mean by that by now, okay? So I'm just sitting in my little area here in the center of Gyumri. Today is International Women's Day, so I would like to wish everybody a happy Women's Day. If you're a man watching me, if you have a sister, a daughter, a mother, a wife, a lover, I would like to wish them also a happy Women's Day. It's very fascinating because when I first moved to Gyumri 5 years ago, been living in Gyumri for 5 years. I've never left once. I have no intention of leaving. So if I hear it from one other person that I've left, that's it. You would never find a single woman or a group of women, whether they're young or older, going out to have coffee together or alone or having lunch or dinner together. It was just rare. You would hardly see husbands taking their wives out. It was very rare. But now, today especially, every single person has either been single females or a group of young girls or older women or a man taking their wife out for lunch or dinner. So that's really beautiful. It goes to show that, you know, things do change no matter how traditional or old-fashioned you believe things to be. Not that I'm saying it's a bad thing. I think it's a beautiful thing to have traditions, but it's also important to understand that we need to adapt to modern times as people. AI technology has taken over, so we need to adapt. So going back to energy healing, cord cutting is very important. And why I bring this up is because when I do cord cuttings, I'm not literally ripping the cord. I'm not removing the cord per se, because as human beings living in this multi-dimensional world, we need to have spiritual cords. If we do not have any cords, then we can literally die. Our spirit leaves our body. So with that being said, when we say cord cutting, it usually means a removal of an energetic attachment that is very negative, that is bringing negative addictions, pain, trauma, from one person to another person, or attachment because we don't feel whole, valuable, we don't feel worthy, we don't know how to go about things, we don't know how to process things, we don't know how to feel things, we don't know how to move forward in life, we don't feel powerful. So people attach cords to other people that they feel that are successful, and they drain their energy. Or it could be just around anyone and take their energy because they just don't know how to go about taking energy or working on themselves. I'm all about working on myself. I only partner up and be friends with and work with others who are willing to work on themselves. No one is perfect. I am not perfect. No one is ever going to be perfect. Perfection is man-made, and we have flaws. We live on planet Earth. We're going to have flaws. We're going to be thrown off guard. We're going to be put out of balance from time to time. But the important factor is to get back on track and to work on ourselves, okay? So, where are we at right now? Okay, we just had the full moon in Virgo, Pisces/Virgo. If you want to go about in the Vedic astrology, it's Leo and Aquarius. This is very powerful times, guys. Literally, again, I'm gonna say it, all throughout March we have so many cycles and too many planets going, and so many other placements. I don't even want to get into detail with it, but all I want to get the message across is no thing is going to repeat like it has repeated in the last 10 years, 5 years of your life. Those ages, those eras, all that is over. It's done. Now it's time to move forward. Unless you are negatively attached to a person or a thing or a situation, and you repeat that, then it's just going to happen like a Saturn return to you, where you're getting hit in the face and you don't want to go through an extreme, okay? Listen, I believe you shouldn't have to shut off your emotions, because if you do, it gets harder and harder and harder as you get older. Because what happens is eventually your emotions cannot handle being ignored or suppressed, so they need to be released, processed, felt, released, and let go for good. And in return, what that does is that gives you wisdom. It teaches you what is no longer serving you, what you are no longer willing to do, to not take, and what you want to do in your life, and how you want to be in your life, and the things you want to partake in your life, the type of people you want in your life, the type of situations you want in your life. your life. You don't have to be in control of any of it. Sometimes I can be a control freak, for an example. I've had relationship issues all my life because there's that passive aggressive connections that we make with people. Although I am assertive, there comes a point, because we are trying to learn about ourselves. And how do we learn about ourselves? We learn about ourselves through other people. We learn about ourselves through romantic connections or very close intimate relationships with men and women, friends and family, or lovers, or whatever it is. So this is a very important time. Basically what happens, what we do with ourselves this month, all throughout this month, is literally going to pave the way for the next 12 to 19 years of our lives. I'm literally 36 years old. I will be 36 in May. So I'm basically paving the next, until the age I'm about 42, up until like 50s, you know, for an example. I'm not getting any younger. You're not getting any younger. So the wise thing to do is to listen to ourselves and listen to our hearts and move forward without harming and hurting other people. Because when we do that, in the long run, we're only hurting and harming ourselves. So I just want to end this video with a little bit of a thank you for subscribing, for watching, observing, and being there. If this message sits well with you, great. If it doesn't, great as well. And may peace be upon every single human being and every soul that is looking for enlightenment and to find themselves. Farewell.